gather again, dear ones. The medium is laughing because she started to sense my playful energy. And so settle yourselves and get ready for some fun. For everyone has such heavy weights upon them. We're here to lighten the load and remind you what the beloved Dr. Cruz guide has said before and reminded before in other sessions. Message she gave the medium many years ago. There is no thing greater than you. Listen to those words once more and let them sink in to your core, your mind and your heart. There is no thing or nothing greater than you. And so what does this mean, you may say? It means that there is nothing that you cannot overcome because you are a powerful creator. You create your reality, which means you are more powerful than anything that you could be witnessing, observing, experiencing. Because everything in your experience, on some level, you attracted it into your vibration by your focus or by your frequency, or the combination generally of the two. And you may not have been aware of what you were really feeling. And so once you are aware, as many have said, when you have this awareness of how you feel, then you can say, oh, wait a minute, I don't feel like as good as I would like. I'm not singing, I'm not humming, I'm not whatever it is that you do when you feel joy, excitement, happy, thrilled. And so if you do not feel that passion for life, then perhaps you are actually thinking about something that you don't like or you don't want in your experience. It is generally that simple when you think about it. The feelings tell the tale. And so we ask you to remember to ask yourself, am I feeling as good as I can? Or what's going on? Remember to ask yourself this question throughout your day. Not every moment, but perhaps when you're stopped at as you call a red light or a stop sign and you're not going anywhere, tune in and say, am I feeling as good as I can? And if not, what am I thinking about? What am I concerned about? What am I focused on? Am I truly, do I want to give energy to whatever this is? Or do I want to shift my vibration and focus on something that feels better? So there's always times during your day that you get a physical pause. Use those as the moments where you tune in to your awareness, to your body, to your thinking, and do a little bit of detective work, even if it's only for a moment or two. You will become more proficient at detecting your states of disalignment when you are out of your vibrational, creative self of sorts, you might say. By doing this, you'll become more aware, and then as you become more aware, you will then, because of this state of awareness, you'll be able to change your focus much quicker. And dear ones, whatever you focus on, you get. And even if you think you are focusing on one thing, if you don't feel good, then you're actually focusing on the opposite of what you think you're focusing on. And that's why you're self-sabotaging, as you say. You are doing it. No outside influence is doing it. So, no thing is greater than you, because you have a choice on what to focus on. And you are creating everything by your focused intention or lack thereof, and your frequency, whatever it is you are vibrating. It all comes down to you, and only you, in your physical form, know how you feel. No one, not your partner, not your friends, not your family, your pets. Your pets might know it because they can sense it, but no one knows exactly how you are feeling inside. And many on your world, and perhaps even some of you, don't even really know how you feel most of the time. Because you're not asking yourself or tuning in order to understand where it is that your vibration is out of alignment in your creations. And we're saying this to help you build your awareness, different ways to look at it. If you were in the medium is thinking about a classroom. Think of life instead of as a game, yes, as a classroom where you're focused on some subject, whatever it is. It could be, this medium's thinking of like, okay, biology or something, or chemistry, or whatever you think you enjoy or that you know you enjoy. Well, you don't know everything about that topic at once, do you? You learn a little bit here and a little bit there, and more information comes to you, and so you continue to grow more and more on the subject, and you become a little more proficient, yes? Just like learning a language. Oh, even better example, yes. Do you understand? Okay, so it is the same with you being aware of your vibration. It's step by step, becoming aware of what you know and what you don't know, learning to focus, learning to be more aware, learning to actually study yourself a little bit, and realize, okay, I need to work here. I need to put more focus here on being aware, or not putting more focused attention on thinking about something that bothers me, because then you're just creating more bothersome stuff to focus on. And the negative is very easy to attract and create. You're all very proficient from being taught by your teachers, by your family, by your society to create negativity. It is rampant in your society, and especially now. Many people creating more fear for themselves because of their inner turmoil. They're creating it and making it even more unpleasant for themselves because of their thinking. If they just stopped worrying and sat and watched funny movies and laughed for hours every day, they would feel better. And their thinking might change. We guarantee it would. But if their predominant pattern is to just, most mediums even thinking, yes, this is true. Most of those people, they would not even be able to sit and watch funny movies for hours and just laugh, because they would be, well, I can't just do that. There are other things to do. Things have to be done. I have to do this, and I have to focus on this and this and this and that, and all these excuses to distract their energy of things they don't like to do. They don't want to do, that make them upset, that frustrate them, whatever it is. But they choose to put energy to it, because that is their free will choice. And all of you have done that in your lives. It's a fact. You're human. You do it. But there are many more people on your world that are predominantly stuck in this cycle of negativity and focus and dread and anxiety and frustration. And they're just spiraling more out of control, and they don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. They don't even think they're in a tunnel. They don't even know that they can climb out of the tunnel, or whatever hole they've dug for themselves. And so all of you here know a little bit more, or perhaps a lot more, some of you, based on your experience, your awareness, your practice, your application of the tools, of the techniques, of your awareness, of your consciousness, and all the combination of that mixture in your lives, in your day. And so you can spot people that are spiraling out really negatively, but then others who are maybe a little bit more aware and observing can even spot Like perhaps this medium, is used to observing people when she was at the casa. She could spot patterns in behavior. And she would get intuitions as to how to help the people when they were ready. Some never wanted the help, never wanted to hear the guidance. They thought they knew it all. And so, she let them be. They were not open, they were not teachable. They were stuck in a program and they were not yet ready to break it or think outside their comfortable box, no matter how miserable it was. And you have the same thing going on in your world with your families, your friends, your neighbors, your coworkers now. Many people are stuck in their box. And until they choose to look at a different box, perhaps, or just peek over the edge of their box and maybe see what's on the other side. Not mediums having a funny image. It's like the ostrich with its head stuck in a hole. They have a box over their head, so they really can't see anything other than the inside of the box. It's their choice. What happens when all of you have done this as children? This medium's having a wonderful image. All of you, perhaps, stood in a big box when you were little kids and would run around, right? Like bumper cars and run into each other. Did you do something like that for fun when you were little? Or even see little kids do something like that? Yes? It was fun, but the children knew they could take the box off or crawl out from under it. The people around you don't realize they've got a box over their head. It's not bolted in place. Yet they refuse to acknowledge that they're stuck in a box. And they're scared with even the notion of removing it. Because it's like a security blanket. But dear ones, when children have a security blanket, it's because they're afraid. It comforts them out of fear. And so many on your world have this mental security blanket wrapped around their heads. And they're walking around blind by choice because they're too afraid to step out of fear. They don't know there's another option. Fear is crippling. Fear paralyzes people. And it is being used purposefully to do just that. Because when you are paralyzed, you can't move. When you are crippled, you can't move freely. And in this case, with the mind being crippled or paralyzed, these people cannot think clearly, logically, rationally. All they know is reactionary measures out of fear. And so we're asking all of you to make sure that you don't have the slightest little box over your head. Not necessarily about the same thing that some of those people around you may, but see if you have any old boxes that it's time to cut and shred and destroy. From old thought patterns that may be keeping you blind to areas about yourself, about your potential, about your power, about your abilities, about your true nature, that were perhaps locked away in a box because you were too afraid to look at them. Fear is an illusion. It's all in the mind. It's a trick. When you play a game, yes, the trick or treat, or Halloween, you say trick or treat. Well, you already know what the trick is. So what's the opposite of the trick? Treat. When you get rid of the illusionary trick, you get lots of treats in your life. That's part of the fun of living in these physical forms is the treats, the blessings, the surprises that are created by your free will allowing of new energies to come to you when you release the trickery in your mind. Dear ones, that's when life gets a lot of fun because you get so many surprises that you will smile and laugh and dance and sing. Doesn't that sound much more fun? Yeah, of course. And so our energies this night are already helping you to feel a little more playful, bubbly, happy, fun. Can you feel it? Because this medium, as soon as we began to come in, she started smiling, and your friend here probably saw her getting a little giggly because she was feeling our energy as we were merging with her in the manner of speaking so that we could communicate. So our energies are working on you now. And this medium has a fun smile on her face because she is feeling the playfulness of our energies. Feel this, dear ones. Bathe in it. Relax your bodies and receive. Imagine yourself as a child running around under those boxes, laughing, carrying on, having a grand time, playing hide and seek maybe. And see those mental boxes that you might not even know you have being lifted off of you, just like that physical box when you were children, playing a game, laughing and carrying on. And allow that box to be released. Give it to us. Lighten your load. Lighten up. Feel the playfulness in your bodies. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel more content? Do you feel ready to play if you really could run around this room and have a good old time? Please don't. It would disrupt the dogs. Feel the vibration. Allow these energetic mental boxes that you might not even realize you had to just imagine them being lifted off of your head and dissolving into the light. Just completely, as though decomposing, just completely disappearing. Dissolving into the ether to be recycled for something else. And tune into your energy. See how your mind, your head feels. You may feel different areas of your brain, your head, where we are doing release work, helping you. It just means there were certain areas in your brain where there was some energies to release, like one of these little boxes. Lift it off, carried away. Whatever you are willing to release, dear ones, always for your highest good. Or just like the children who play the game, they can always pull the box back over their heads if they're not quite ready to come out of their shelter, of their protective, illusionary shield of a box. But eventually, they always have to come out. For they can't move around freely with a box over their head or their body. There's always something that would be an obstruction to their movement, to their freedom to live their lives, go about their day. And so these energetic boxes are going to free you up as you release them. Perhaps it will assist you in your detective work to see more clearly where your patterns are that do not serve you, where you are focused and thinking or feeling that is out of alignment with what you truly desire to create. You must feel whatever it is, feel as though you already have created it. And if you feel unhappy or frustrated, then you are focused on being frustrated and being unhappy. That will create more experiences that match that vibration, which means if you're wanting, intending to create something magnificent that makes you happy, then you are presenting a frequency of being frustrated that you never achieve it. That is how you are the creative power by your choice. And as soon as you change your vibration, you change that potential to manifest whatever it is that you desire. Because nothing is greater than you. You are divine. You are divine potential. You are divine power. It's time for you to own it. It's time for you to consciously use it for your good and for the good of those around you. But first, you can't help others if you can't create for yourself consciously. So focus on something that you can believe you can create. It can be something, definitely think of something small for those of you that are still learning and practicing this. It can be the medium's thinking of different things that she's manifested. And they come in ways that she's never expected. It can be a plant. It can be a book. It can be information on a topic. Anything. It can be getting a phone call, talking to someone. Anything. Someone you haven't seen for a long time, and all of a sudden they call you out of the blue. And you're excited to hear from them because you've been thinking, oh, it'd be so wonderful to hear from them. I really need to talk to them. I just really love talking to them, and I haven't talked to them in a while. And boom, they call you later that day or the next day. But you've been so focused and thinking about how excited and how good you would feel to hear from them and talk to them that you manifest it. Because you're thinking about how good it will be when this happens, if this happens. How good it will feel. How good I will feel. That is where you want to create. Not unconscious. From a space of unawareness. Where you're focused on being frustrated and anxious and things not going your way because, dear ones, then you get more experiences that match that frequency and you wonder why. Why? Well, because you're doing it. There's no thing greater than you. Your frequency, your vibration, your focus. It's all you. And when you truly understand this and own it, you own your power. You accept your power. There's no fear in owning your power because you have it. You were born with it. Get over yourself and accept it. Stop being afraid of it. It's not a power that the word power in your world has been used as negative. Those in power. They have power over me. No. That is part of the programming that has kept you enslaved and from standing and owning your power because you saw it as something negative. This is not you having power over anyone else. It is you, your mind, your awareness, your consciousness. You're taking back your power to be the creator that you were born to be. The innate ability within you and all life. But humans are powerful creators. And the more people that begin to use their power to create good, the faster your world changes. And you cannot create good for the world if you cannot create good for yourself first. And once you understand and consciously know that you have created for yourself, baby steps, dear ones, one step at a time, small things, and then as you grow in confidence in yourself, it's like going through the grades in your school. One level, one step at a time, one thing builds on the next until you graduate and it becomes a knowingness. And it becomes part of you, and you are always aware and consciously creating. And dear ones, even when you are consciously creating, if something unpleasant experiences or an unpleasant experience comes into your life, it is there because it is helping you fine-tune what you thought you knew you wanted. Perhaps you weren't quite clear enough and you refocus a little bit. There are no accidents. Everything is to help you focus. Every experience is to help you learn to focus even better. See the world around you now as an experience, an opportunity, a challenge. Rise to the challenge, dear ones. That you can focus on peace and compassion and forgiveness and alignment and love for yourself first. And as you hold those vibrations for yourself and feel good throughout your day, those frequencies are automatically projected out into your world, affecting others. Because these higher vibrational frequencies, in a way, cancel out the lower. They are stronger. They have more intensity. And so one happy-go-lucky person laughing, think of it, oh yes, this is a very good example. What happens if you go to a party and someone just starts cracking up laughing and they just keep laughing and laughing, getting louder and louder? What happens? Everyone turns and is drawn to that person. And what happens? It's contagious. They all start laughing. Right? It's contagious. The laughter, the joy, shifted the other people's energies and they joined in. And they might not even have any idea what they're laughing about. It's just fun to laugh. It feels good to laugh. And so, that's just one example. As you hold these higher, good feeling frequencies within your being, consciously, you affect others, whether you know it or not. And it's not for you to be concerned about how other people are feeling, truly. There's nothing you can do to make them feel any better because they have free will choice to choose themselves. just as you do. You can only be the best version of you that you can be from one moment to the next. And shine your light, be yourself, enjoy as much as you can, feel as good as you can, and go from one moment to the next as though you're on the adventure of a lifetime, because you are. An adventure is an adventure. And there are ups and downs in every adventure. But you signed up for an adventure. And you're in it. You're in it knowing that you're gonna come out on the top. There's nothing that can harm you because there's no thing greater than you. To understand now why we say you are more powerful than you can imagine, and we are asking you to embrace your power from a space of awareness, from a space of being a co-creator, from a space of being here in this form to not only live the best life you can for yourself, but to be an example for others just by being you. You're not out to prove anything to anyone. Just be the best version of you that you can and have a blast doing it. That in and of itself will be like that one person laughing in a room and draw attention and say, why are they laughing? Why are they so happy? What is different from them? And you will positively affect others. It may be planting that vibrational seed to help them expand their awareness. You never know. It doesn't matter. It's not for you to know or be concerned with their vibration, because there's nothing you can do to make someone change their vibration. They have to do it themselves, just as you have to choose to do it yourself. To understand what we have said this night. Dear ones, you are powerful. Shine your light. Stand in your power from a space of grace and humility, but not, we'll say humbleness, but not from an inferiority sense. Every person on this world has the potential for living the greatest life they could imagine. But if they can't imagine it, they will never see it. They will never be it. They will never do it. Because they couldn't imagine it. They couldn't believe it was possible. That all comes from doubt and fear. And being told that you can't do something. That you have no power, that you're a victim. We have told you this is not true so many times. And this whole lesson this night has been around reminding you of your power. No one can hold you back from anything. So focus and imagine your life, your world. Start with your life first. Because if your life, you can imagine, and it puts a smile on your face, however you want to create your life, you can imagine it unfolding and whatever it is you desire, then you are already vibrationally aligned with allowing it. And that's the first step. The vibrational alignment by your frequency. Dear ones, you are going to create amazing things. You already have. You just didn't consciously know it. And as you become more proficient creators from a state of conscious awareness, just get ready to have a blast. Life is a game. Enjoy it. Even what you perceive perhaps to be going on in the world around you is an illusion. It's all in the mind of people. You know this, and you have risen above it. Most of you. Some of you are still working on it, still a little confused, and that is okay, because you are still learning, still pulling boxes of belief patterns, releasing, exploring, shifting in consciousness, shifting in awareness, expanding, changing your vibration. You never get it done. Even beyond this physical form, you continue to expand. It just is a little different when you don't have the density. So practice creating from a space of awareness and enjoy it and play. Lighten the load upon yourselves, dear ones. And if it helps, literally, if you have a box, go sit under it and then throw it off to make this lesson sink in. And imagine what you are throwing off and letting go of. Because sometimes people need a physical reminder to anchor in a concept. And if it's not a box, it could be a blanket or something, whatever works. Okay? Have fun. Be gentle on yourselves, dear ones. Know that we are with you, as are many. This concludes the instruction portion. We shall proceed. My blessings to all of you. And so, many are here. We are all helping. New energies. Familiar but new, perhaps, in your words. Each of you have some angelics around you now. The medium is still getting used to us. It's different than the playful energy of the previous speaker. Nonetheless, we are here. And we shall work with you this night. You have already received much healing in the release work. And so, to continue with this theme of sorts, imagine. Okay, yes, we will use the box. Medium's having a fun little visual. And she's kind of laughing. It's so funny. She's imagining it like a cartoon. So, imagine your world as though it was an animated cartoon. You've all seen animations. A cartoon of sorts. Your beautiful Earth Mother in the center of the circle, as though, yes, you could all sit around a table at this point, so that you all have the same vantage point perspective as we speak. And so just imagine your world and zoom in all the way down to the ground level. Wherever you are guided. This is the fun part. And look at all the people walking around with boxes on their heads. You see some people that have big boxes on their heads. As though if it was full of stuff, they would topple over. And some people have small boxes that just fit around the outside of their head. And others, maybe they only have a portion of a box. Like it's not solid. It's like a web where there's holes in it. Yes, some sort of fabric that's not solid. And so just have fun walking, imagining, seeing all the people on your world with these boxes on their heads. And now, since you have had your boxes removed for the most part, although you can pick some up later on your way out the door or on your way home or wherever you are, but you can always put another box on your head. That is your free will choice. Imagine yourselves now holding hands around the circle of this table as you look upon the earth, zooming back out. And this beautiful we shall use the violet mixed with the silver. So transformation and compassion. Receive these rays now, dear ones, for yourself first, filling yourself with the silver, the compassion, and the violet to transmute any energies that are residual from the releasing, and anything else that you are ready to release now. So the silvery violet light combination swirling, going into every cell of your being. And then as you fill from Creator, bathing in the top of your head, anchoring it through the soles of your feet down into the earth in your physical form. So these are the pillars of light. You're anchoring them above and below. And at the same time, your higher self, your spirit body, the greater part of you is up at this table, looking around at your world. You are beings of light, massive. The earth is this small ball in the middle of the table. Not too small, but bigger than a beach ball. And as these silver and purple lights flow through you and you are filled, they then expand and go around, through all of you around the circle in both directions until this silvery violet light flows around you. And dear ones, imagine the table turning into a sphere around your world. And you are anchoring this sphere as though it is the grid around your world. You are flooding this energetic grid with violet and silver light. And as you just allow these energies to flow through you, every human being, because of their energetic connection to the grid around your world, from their crown, they're getting a download of this violet and silver light as well. And every human on your world at this time now has the free will choice to transmute and release any part of their box and replace it with compassion. The violet will transmute, and the silver ray fills in any holes, any places where there was releasing, not to leave a void. And so just flow these energies, and if you want to have some fun visualizing, imagining all the people on your world as these little cartoon people with boxes on their heads. The ones that are releasing and allowing it, the boxes are exploding. Not their head. The boxes are shredding, dissolving. That's a better term. Not exploding. They're disappearing. Or they're melting. They're disappearing. They're dissolving. And you see the person's eyes begin to be filled with compassion where they once held fear and lower vibrations. And those vibrations are being transmuted in the mind, replaced with compassion, planting this seed for expansion to their own free will choice in time and space. But they have already allowed themselves to receive. So just have fun as you receive and flow these energies through the grid. Allow all of humanity to be bathed and to receive whatever they are willing. Some will fortify their boxes and make them stronger, for their resistance is stronger than their light. It matters not, dear ones. They all have free will to choose. We are simply offering, and they get to decide if they receive. Just as you did. Whatever boxes you allowed yourself to release. So continue to feel yourself, visualize yourself flooded with this silvery violet light. And as your entire world is bathed and wrapped in, you could even imagine it as a silvery violet velvet blanket. Sparkly, soft, so comfortable, so gentle. Maybe that will appeal to others. You never know. Perception is key. Some people enjoy light, some people like to wrap up in a blanket. Breathe it in, dear ones. And as this light is bathing all of humanity, it is also flooding your world down on the earth, the land, the animals, all of the plants, the animals, the land, the water, all being bathed in this silvery violet light. To release the lower energies on your world, in the earth, and replace them with compassion. The places of recent destruction, explosions. See them and tend, if you don't know where they are, that they are bathed in violet to transmute the lower energies and also the fear and the turmoil in the aftermath of those who lived through that experience. And flood them with compassion, the whole area. Just allow these energies to go wherever they are needed and then go into the ley lines also, because all the energies are connected. Imagine the beautiful energetic ley lines that go through your earth in the land, following the flow of water sometimes. An energetic river being bathed in this violet to transmute any negativity or vibrations that have been placed there and held there, knowing that they would affect humanity. For you are plugged in above and below, dear ones. But you have the free will to choose what you focus on always. Flood these ley lines with the compassion silver ray, so that all of humanity and all life that are connected to these grids receive compassion. And allow these energies, the silver and this violet, to sink in like a gentle salve all the way down to the core of your Earth Mother, healing her, the core of her being, transmuting lower energies that she has been holding on to for so long. Gentle releasing, flowing with compassion. With ease and grace for your entire world and all life upon her. Be the beacons of light that you are, dear ones. Just hold these energies and flood yourself with compassion. And now, see everything become silver. The sphere around your world, which is the grid around your world, now flowing only with the silver as the transmutation is complete. The ley lines flooded in silver. All life bathed in the silvery light of compassion, including yourselves, your homes, your family and friends, your pets. Receive this compassion, anchored into your heart space. Take a breath and gently disconnect from the grid, the table, the round table grid. And gently make your way back into your space as you hold this vibration for yourself. And as you hold this vibration of compassion, imagine for yourself what it is you wish to experience. As you think about it, you're holding compassion, you're holding excitement, joy, anticipation. Even if you only feel the feelings that having or experiencing whatever you think about would give you, feel those feelings now and hold it. Project it. Flood your being with these vibrations. For you are transmitting the frequency to the universe by this simple action of focusing on whatever it is you want, or just the feeling that this is how I want to feel, and bring me whatever it is that makes me feel like this. I don't care what it is, just match this feeling. And understand and know that this is how simple it can be from a space of awareness. Creating a feeling a feeling by intention, holding it for a while as you think about whatever would give you that feeling. Do this when you're stopped at that stop sign. As you tune in and realize, oh, I don't feel so good. Let me refocus and feel the way I want to feel. Replace the lower vibration with this type of energy and watch your lives change for the better. This is how you consciously create and own and stand in your power. It is so simple, yet there are nuances because your brain, your thoughts, will distract you. Hence, the practice in awareness. We are with you. You are never alone. Receive our blessing now. It is done, and so it is, and so be it. We will be with you, and we will speak again soon. Blessings to you, dear ones. Enjoy the rest of your night and gently go about the movement, for you have received much. Go slowly and gently and be at peace. Have a good night.